Hello, I'm Bill Dietz, Principal Broker of Tahoe Luxury Properties, coming at you from snowy Lake Tahoe. We've received over 200 inches of snowfall so far in March, which makes it 270% of the normal March that we see in snowfall. So quite a month. It's made for amazing conditions. It also ensures that we're going to see a full lake this summer, which has got me thinking about lakefront season. I watch the lakefront market closely, as it accounts for a big portion of the overall business that I do. And I've sold 46 lakefronts in my career, and it's something that I continue to focus on and spend a lot of time understanding the market and the conditions that are around it. There have been some compelling developments in the lakefront market so far this year that I think buyers and sellers should both be aware of. The big news is that the lakefront market is very strong, primarily because we saw a significant increase in the volume of sales in 2017 over 2016. In the single-family home market on the lake, there were 32 sales on the north and west shores, California and Nevada, and the year prior we saw only 21 sales. And so that's a big portion. We've seen a lot of increase in that sales volume, which has eroded the inventory. The inventory right now, there's only 6 single-family lakefronts on the California side and another 6 on the Nevada side. Normally what we see this time of year is somewhere between 20 and 25 lakefronts. So that low inventory, high sales volume is putting a lot of upward pressure on prices right now. The inventory is certainly going to be something that we're going to need to watch for 2018. This is the time of year that we see lakefronts start to come on in anticipation of the busy summer season. In a normal year, we see peak summer between 30 and 35 lakefronts on the market. There being only 12 right now. We'll see if the market keeps pace and whether or not we can reach that normal inventory rate. I suspect not. I suspect that inventory is going to stay pretty low, which again is going to keep a lot of heat on prices, upward heat. Another reason why the lakefront market is performing so well is that we've got a full lake, and we're guaranteed a full lake again in 2018. 2017, we had a great ski season, a lot of snowfall, filled the lake for the first time in 6 years, and a full lake brings a lot of energy and excitement. All the piers have water underneath them, the buoys are usable, the boat ramps are accessible, and that brings a lot of excitement to the lakefront market. Also, what happens is when the lake is full, lakefront owners like to use their lakefronts, and they don't oftentimes list their lakefronts for sale when the lake is full. So that's another contributing factor to the low inventory that we're seeing. Another reason is that we've got a real strong economy, and the equity markets have been performing very well. A little bit shaky recently, but 2017 certainly was a banner year for the equity markets. The S&P market went up almost 22%. And our market parallels and trails the equity market, so when we see a big bump in the equity markets, the lakefront market also performs very well, because that becomes the source of funds that people use to purchase these lakefront estates. Low interest rates is another thing that has increased energy in the lakefront market, although it's not a big factor because a lot of these transactions get done with all cash. Of the 32 lakefronts that sold last year, 17 of them were sold with all cash. But the remaining ones did have loans, and for people who like to leverage their investments, to have a jumbo rate somewhere between 4 and 5% is still historically cheap money and makes purchases very attractive. Another factor that's bringing upward pressure on the lakefront market is buyer activity. There's a lot of people out there looking for lakefronts right now. A lot of excitement and energy. Buyers are excited. There's very low inventory, so the buyer activity has been consolidated to a few properties that are on the lake right now. As things come on, buyers are going to be attracted by those new offerings and expect there's going to be a lot of competition in the space. There's some interesting notable sales so far this year. Been 5 lakefront sales year to date, and there are 2 in contract. There are 2 that are in contract. One is a big estate on Sunnyside Lane. Just went into escrow last week. The asking price was $29,500,000, so big, high-dollar lakefront sale happening. The other one is 850 Westlake, and that was listed at $6,950,000. It's a pretty big lakefronts that have gone into contract, and with the 5 that have already sold, Q1 is off to a banner start, and I would expect that trend to continue into Q2 and beyond. The big takeaways here for the lakefront market for sellers is if you are an owner of a lakefront property and you're considering selling, now's a great time to do so. primarily three factors. We've got a full lake, we've got very low inventory, and we've got a lot of buyer activity, which is putting upward pressure on prices. Expect it to be a great year for lakefront sellers, and if you are considering selling, I would highly consider this being the year to do so. And as far as buyers are concerned, because there's a lot of activity, because there's limited inventory, have your ducks in a row. Line everything up, be ready to make a move when that thing does come on that excites you, and expect that you're going to have a lot of competition. I watch the market really closely, and if you're ever interested in a real-time view of what's going on in the lakefront market, please reach out to me. I'm accessible via email or telephone. You can take a look at the contact information on the screen, and I'll be happy to reach out and speak with you at any time.